So, guys, I've been asked about Canelo. I've been asked that is Canelo a cherry picker? Is he cherry picking his fights? Um, Tony Bellew mentioned something about Canelo being a cherry picker and the fact that he's cherry picking his fights because he's got so much power. I don't know what these people want from Canelo. The reason why I say that, the guy's fought the best competition time and time again. Look at his resume. He was talking about, Tony Bellew was talking about a fight between Billy Joe Saunders and Canelo, and saying that he thinks that Canelo would be, Billy Joe Saunders would be his third biggest test in his career. And Callum Smith, Canelo doesn't want to go anywhere near Callum Smith because Callum Smith's too big, too strong, or whatever Tony Bellew was saying. Look at their resumes and look at Canelo's resume. It's chalk and cheese. People are saying that Canelo picks and chooses his fights. Yet on his resume, he's got fights against Miguel Cotto, right? Fights against Austin Trout, fights against Arizandi Lara, right? He fought Amir Khan. He fought Mosley. Yeah, Mosley was at the end. Then he fought Gennady Golovkin, Daniel Jacobs, right? And he fought Sergey Kovalev. Now, people say Kovalev was past his prime, whatever. But listen, this is a man that was going up from 160 to 175. I don't care whether Kovalev was past his best. You're going up and fighting Kovalev. That's a risk. And let's not forget, people want to say, oh, well, Kovalev was finished. Kovalev was winning that fight. It was round 11 and Kovalev was winning that fight as far as I'm concerned. Kovalev was doing very well in the fight. Like I said, he was probably a round away from winning it. And he got stopped. So he wasn't that finished, was he? Because he was a round away, in my opinion, from winning the fight. I think Canelo was... I thought Kovalev was up on the scorecards. So for me, Kovalev was potentially a round away from winning the fight. He was bigger. He obviously had a big punch, Kovalev. And Canelo was struggling in that fight. Kovalev was using his size and boxing well. That's why a lot of the commentators had Kovalev up. Right? Callum Smith and Billy Joe Saunders are good fighters, but they're not for anyone like Canelo. Canelo's a different beast. This is a guy that fought Gennady Golovkin. A Gennady Golovkin that would have, in my opinion, beat Smith and Billy Joe easily, as far as I'm concerned. I think they're good fighters, but they don't beat that Gennady Golovkin that Canelo fought. And in my opinion, the second time beat. First time was very close. That probably you'd say Golovkin won. But the second one, I thought Canelo won. I think the third one, if they were to have a third one, Canelo wins. I think Canelo will beat. I think Canelo will beat Billy Joe and Callum Smith. But listen, I think people are looking at Canelo and thinking he's doing exactly the same thing Mayweather did. But put it this way: if Canelo beats Billy Joe and fights Billy Joe and fights Callum Smith, he ain't getting no credit for those wins. People aren't gonna say, "Oh my God, he beat Billy Joe Saunders or he beat Callum Smith." No one's gonna give Canelo that much credit anyway. They're gonna say, "Well, who did Billy Joe fight or who did Callum Smith fight?" That's what they're gonna say. You know, people aren't gonna think all of a sudden if Canelo fights Billy Joe and beats Billy Joe, beats Callum Smith, oh my God, Canelo's resume is now unbelievable. Canelo's fighting legit guys. People are gonna say, "Who's Billy Joe? Who's Callum Smith?" We expected Canelo to beat them. So do you see where Canelo can never win? When you're in Mayweather's and Canelo's position, when you're that good and you're the money man like that, you can never win. Because Mayweather fights guys and but Tony Bellew said that Mayweather picked and chooses fights. Mayweather fights Pacquiao. Oh, well, you didn't fight Pacquiao in his prime. Mayweather fights Canelo. Oh, well, you fought Canelo when he was too green. You're picking and choosing your fights. You can't win. He fought everybody in his era. He can't win. Mayweather just cannot win. Neither can Canelo. He'll fight anyone and say, well, Tony Bellew gave an example of Joshua. Obviously, Tony Bellew's close with Joshua. Joshua fights in one division. There's no one else to fight. Canelo's fighting in 2-3 different weight divisions. You expect Canelo to fight everybody, but yet why don't you have that same expectation from Callum Smith and Billy Joe Saunders? Look at their resumes. They haven't taken off a tough challenge like Kovalev, or like Billy Joe Saunders' resume is very modest, and Callum Smith's. You know, Billy Joe was gonna fight his toughest fight against Andrade, and the fight got called off. You know, so at the end of the day, like I said, I think Canelo gets too much stick. Mayweather gets too much stick. I don't think they're picking and choosing. They're fighting the best in their era. They're fighting the best guys. Who else do you want him to fight? They can only fight him one at a time. They can't fight everybody at one go. I just think they just get a lot of stick, if I'm honest with you. So that's my take on it. Leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Do you think Canelo's cherry picking like Mayweather? Leave your thoughts. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.
I want to thank you all for me reaching 7,000 subs. I appreciate your support. Guys, as you can probably see from my channel art, I have recently started Patreon and Blogger. If you were to click on this icon here, it will take you to my Patreon page, and I just want to take you through my Patreon page. So at the minute, I've got 2 options. Hopefully, I will increase this if my Patreon grows. But at the minute, I've got one option, which is $1 a month fan donation, which will obviously help me produce better quality content on YouTube and faster for you guys. And I've got another option of $3 a month for 2 live streams a week discussing boxing with myself. You guys will get to speak to me face to face. And I'll take you to my boxing blog. So if you were to click on this B sign here, it will take you to my boxing blogs, which is this page here. And all you have to do is click on here, and that will take you to my boxing blogs, where you can see all my different articles that I've wrote. So as you can see, I've wrote 6 articles about different topics. So if you want to click on one of my articles, all you got to do is click on this, and it will take you straight to the article, and you can read it, and you can then go back and read the others if you would like. But yeah, guys, I thought I'd just highlight this to you. So make sure to read my articles. Make sure to subscribe to my Patreon if you're interested. And guys, I thank you for your support. I thank you for me reaching 7,000 subs. Guys, I'm out.